Hi, welcome back to WebLogic Wings. This is Prasad, and this is yet another installment of the WebLogic server videos. In this video, we're going to see and we're going to talk about WebLogic instances. So, what are basically WebLogic instances? So, WebLogic instances are basically your regular Java process which runs your WebLogic services. So, it's basically a JVM, but it's not a normal JVM because your normal JVM has XYZ process. Your WebLogic JVM is going to have the same JVM. On top of it, it's going to be with WebLogic services. And there are lots of WebLogic services. For example, security services is a WebLogic service. So anything and everything which is created by WebLogic and which is used by us are WebLogic services. So a WebLogic instance is nothing but a combination of JVM process which runs a WebLogic services on top of it. Now, how many WebLogic instances do we have? Or how many kinds of WebLogic instances do we have? In that case, we're going to divide the WebLogic instances into two categories. Number one, a domain level process or a domain level instance. So a domain level process are of two types, the admin server and the managed server. A managed server is the default WebLogic instance, and your admin server is the default WebLogic instance along with your admin services. It has got an extra edge. Like you have a company in which you have a team member and a team manager. So a team member and team manager both belongs to the same company, but the edge the team manager has is that he can manage a team member. So the same kind of the same analogs can be applied to this. So there are two domain level process, and you have a non-domain level process that is nothing but the node manager. Why we say a node manager is a non-domain level process? Because it doesn't belong to that domain. Whether there's a domain or not, a node manager can still exist because node manager is a node level process. Let me give an example. I have this laptop with me. In this laptop, I may create 5 domains, and each domain will have one admin server for sure. And say I'm going to create one more managed server to each domain. So there's going to be 5 domains which will have 5 admin servers each and 5 managed servers each. Now, to control all these 5 domains, I can use a single node manager. And that node manager doesn't belong to the domain, but it belongs to the product. So a node manager is a node level process that is used to control the WebLogic instances. Again, I'm using the word control here, not manage. Now, what is the difference between managing and controlling? This is what we're going to see in our consecutive sessions, especially during the node manager. So for now, we will see how to create a managed server. So before that, we need to start our admin server. So I'm going to start the admin server. So the command I'm going to use is start WebLogic. Now, if you see here, this is a bit of knack for me because every time I need to pass the user ID and password. So WebLogic and WebLogic 123. But can I? Is there a way that I can start a server without without passing the user ID and password? Yes, there's a way. So what needs to be done? Go to your domain location. So this is a WebLogic domain. And you would have already seen there is a folder called as service. So this folder was not available before starting the first WebLogic instance in a domain, which is basically the admin server. So this folder doesn't comes when you create a domain. This folder comes only when you start your admin server. So in this domain, so in this server, in this folder, we have multiple subfolders. What is that we are going to see later? Here, I'm going to create a file called as security. So this folder name is security with small s. In this, I'm going to create a file, new file called as boot.properties. Now, if you are a Linux user, you can use the touch command to create boot.properties. But if you are a Windows user, you have a catch here. You see, the file name is boot.properties, but your extension is txt. So you have to move this file. So what you need to do is come here. So you're going to move. Now look at this file. Okay. Move the command. Yes. So now this is a boot file with properties extension. Open this file. Username equal to WebLogic and password equal to WebLogic@123. Save the file. I'm going to close it. Now check the time. Check this timestamp. It's 8:16 p.m. Now here, if you see, there's a word that says that getting boot identity from the user. And yes, I'm the user. I'm giving the boot identity. Now I'm going to stop the shutting down. Yes. Now I'm going to restart it once again. And you will see that it's not going to ask me the user ID and password, but it is going to pick the user ID and password from this file, which I've already given. Let's check that. Now look here. Okay. First, let's wait to start. Now it's done, and you can see it is running. Now I'm just tracing back. Now if you see here, initiation, you can see there security initialized using administrative security realm, my realm. What is this? We'll see when we are doing the security. And you can see storing boot identity in the file boot.properties. Now, whatever the file that we have given, it has picked the file. Obviously, it has recognized it and it has picked it. And on top of that, it did something else. Open this file and you see that this has been encrypted. Now, nowhere in your WebLogic domain, you'll be able to see the user ID and password. Now that gives a question. What if I forget it? That's a question that we need to answer later, not now. So we got our user ID and passwords being encrypted, and now we can start a server without passing the user ID and password. This process could be done for all the servers, be it admin server or the managed server. Now coming back to our actual one. So here we are. So yeah, let me refresh it. I'm logging in. So my environment, I'm clicking on servers. Now you can see the state of admin server is running. Now I'm going to create a managed server. How do I do it? First and foremost thing, you have to click on lock and edit. That releases or that will enable your creation button. Click on new. Give the server name. You can give any server name. I'm giving it a server 1. And 7001 is the default port of admin server. So I don't want to use the same port. So I'm going to give 8001 because that's going to create a port conflict. So next, finish. Now I created a managed server. Now I have to activate the changes. You can see the server state is shut down. And how can I start a managed server? This is my question. You can start a managed server in two ways. One, from the backend. Second, through an admin utility. When we say from the backend, from a Linux or Windows console, when you say admin utility, I'm talking about uh, WebLogic scripting tool or admin console. Now let's try starting it from the backend. So domains bin paste start managed WebLogic. Now, when you start the WebLogic server, I mean the admin server, the command was start WebLogic. There is no parameters to pass because there's going to be only one admin server per domain. So obviously, if you say start WebLogic, that's the only server that's going to start. But that is not the case with managed servers because you're going to have multiple managed servers. So if you're using this command, start manage WebLogic, you're going to pass a parameter called server one. Obviously, you want to give WebLogic, sorry, so here you can see it is in running state, and you can see the state of the server is running. Now, again, the question is, how can I start the managed server without passing the user ID and password? Again, so you have boot.properties file, but please do not copy the file from this location and try to paste it by creating a file in this location. The reason is, now according to this file, the username is this alphanumeric character and the password is this alphanumeric character. When you try to push this file, obviously the file will be picked, but according to WebLogic server, the username is not WebLogic, but this one, and the password is this one. So again, you have to start the process from the beginning. Create a folder called as security. Go here, create a new folder, it's a new file, boot.properties, open the file. So before they change the name, so this file, come here, username equal to WebLogic, password equal to WebLogic at the rate 123. Save the file, exit. Again, try to start it. So the server state is now running, and we have started the managed server using boot.properties file. So in this session, we have seen how to start a WebLogic instance, be it admin server or managed server, using boot.properties file. And we have also seen how to create and manage server. So in the next video, we will talk about node managers and what and how a node manager is useful for us in a day-to-day operations. Thanks for watching.